raucous, very, very rocking, yeah. So just imagine you're doing something. Everybody in the community around you knows. Everyone you know knows what you are up to, knows what's happening, knows what you are making, what you are cooking, knows what kind of music you like to play, knows what kind of songs you like to sing. They know your stories too. So this community, very, very connected. All right. So, a little bit about the history of this area. This alcove site was built primarily in a 20-year stretch, starting in 1190. And then it had completely left the area by 1300. Okay? Prior to that, they had been living on the mesa tops for 500 years. Who knows what made them settle in this place, what they could do here that was so fantastic. Think about what we could eat.
I can't really think of what they can eat, but I know why they picked this place.
All right,
because
let's hear it.
Because there was a bunch of natural alcoves to put their houses in.
Okay.
So their houses would be protected from a bunch of erosion and stuff.
Fair enough. Now they were living on the tops before moving into the alcoves for 500 years. It's only in the last sixth of their inhabitation of this place that they moved into the alcove sites. What were they doing on the top that was so important? They were farming. Who knows what they were farming? Corn, beans, and squash. The three cash crops of the Mesa Verde region. What makes this so fantastic is the farming. The soil on top is fantastic for farming. It blows in from Monument Valley in Arizona and settles on the tops of these mesas, and it's a great place to farm. Now, looking out at the natural resources around us, what kind of other things may they have needed to build this, live here, cook? Water, key, wood, rocks. All right, looking around, we see a lot of rocks here. Okay, lot of rock in Mesa Verde. When they moved down in here, they actually deconstructed their homes from above and hauled the rocks that they had used to build their homes up there. And very similar to this one here. I encourage you all to come by and pick this up and imagine carrying a couple of those in a woven basket on your back, climbing down this alcove site. Okay. If they had needed more rock, they would have been able to get whatever they needed from the valley around them. Now, the wood. These people had been living here for 500 years, plus the time they spent in the alcoves. They were maybe at the maximum height of their civilization in this area, 30,000 people living in this area. That's 5,000 more people than currently live in La Plata County. So this place would have been very, very crowded. All right? Keeping in mind that these people don't know anything about resource management, they don't know anything about sustainable farming practices. Looking at the valley behind you, this place probably would have looked very, very different. 500 years of cooking fires, 500 years of hearth warmth fires, 500 years of building, multi-leveled stories, probably not many trees left. I imagine this place would have been completely deforested. So I'm starting to think a little about why they moved down into the alcove site. Resource depletion. Times were becoming a little bit tough. In the time that they started to move down in here, they'd also been experiencing a drought, which is significant because in Mesa Verde it is a dry mesa. There are no natural rivers running through here and no natural springs. Okay? So all the water that comes into this area comes in the form of precipitation, be that snow in the wintertime or rain in the summer and the spring. Okay? So right now I encourage you to go ahead and touch that rock you're sitting on, or touch that rock that's above your head.